Hello all, that's Matt Taylor, Aaron Macy, I'm Dallas Baker, and we're here to tell you about tournament betting. Boys, how exciting is it? I know probably half of you are watching this know what the tournaments are, but half of you don't, but so just bear with us, because if you do know, we have an awesome offer for this week's Doomben tournament. But boys, first and foremost, tournament betting, this is something that should just take off enormously, because it is so good.
Yeah, exactly right. They've been around for a couple of years, but we're really sort of starting to get behind it now. Look, grab your mates, get a great pool of money in. Like, we're going to talk about the Stradbroke Day soon, where there was 50,000 up for grabs last year. But yeah, it's like a poker-style tournament betting.
It's slowly starting to take off. Obviously not as big as poker just yet, but it is taking off and it is building up with the racing.
Absolutely, and it is, as Matt said, it's something that we're going to be really pushing and really driving and getting the numbers right up in the next couple of weeks. So get in front of the curve and get your tactics right, because there is good money to be made. This week's tournament that we want to talk about in particular is a $50 buy-in that does get you into the $55 buy-in. When I say that's 50 plus the rake, that gets you into the Stradbroke tournament. But first and foremost, we mentioned, for those who don't know, it's like poker. Basically what you do is, at the start of the day, it costs you whatever the value of the tournament is. This week's one is $50 that we're talking about in particular, 55 bucks. That then goes into the pool. So just say there's 100 people, that ends up being $5,000 worth of money there available, and that gets, depending on what the tournament is, it can be a 3-2-1 split, it can be a winner-take-all, or it can be a gradual buy-down. This week's one gets you your ticket into the Stradbroke. So for every 11 people that join, there's one ticket available for the $500 tournament that's on next week on Stradbroke Day, which last year the pool was $50,000. So when we're talking about pools and everything else like that, I think most people who don't know would be saying, how do you actually play this? How does it work? Basically what you do, you get $10,000 better bucks, which is pretend money. Fantasy money, which you can bet throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, you can
win and place whatever way you want.
Yeah, you can just have a bet in the first race and sort of, cross your fingers and hope for the best, or you can just dabble away all day. There's some interesting strategies coming into it.
Absolutely, which we'll talk about a couple of the strategies later on. But the only rules are, you've got your $10,000 fantasy dollars that you've got to turn over once.
Yes.
How you do that is up to you. You see the scoreboard update after correct weight every race. So you know where you're at. If you have your $10,000 on something at $5 in the first race and you got 50 and you want to sit on it, good as gold, no matter whatever way you want to handle it. But you can see where you're placed, what you've got to do throughout the afternoon, win and place betting all the way through on every race for this particular tournament in Doomben on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the keys to it is, a lot of smaller players in the game would go, you're betting 10,000, I want to spend 10,000 just on this race. You've got to think of it as, it's $50. You're playing with $50.
Yeah.
And so if you lose your $50, we've done $50, you're not doing 10,000. So the key is to try and really win, because a few of the guys are going to be on there winning as much as possible.
Well, you usually do find that somewhere around the $100,000 mark is a nice number to be in the clubhouse. So that's probably where you want to aim for.
That's amazing, and I've seen even some days it's been much less.
Yes, absolutely.
Just people doing their ass early, and it's the person last man standing with his 20,000 is still holding the court. So every tournament's a little bit different, and I've seen a few strategies. Are we going to talk about the strategies just yet, or?
Oh no, we'll talk about the offer first off. Now, for those that will get into, so if you're starting to pick it up, stay with this, because by the end of this, hopefully you'll have a good idea of it. But the best way to get the idea is to actually start playing and doing it. And as Aaron mentioned, it's only $50 to start, or you can play in lesser tournaments for lesser money just to get your strategies right and start practicing. But this week, if you want to join, this is for those of you who do know what we're talking about. Awesome offers. Pay your $55 to jump in, or you actually don't even have to pay your $55 to jump in. If you go to one2follow.com.au and buy John McLeod's set, and for those of you who are familiar with the Punisher will know how well John McLeod has been going in Brisbane. He's just nailing it left, right and centre.
Yeah, unbelievable. The last, I think about 6 weeks, he's just absolutely lifted his game. He's flying. The way John bets, it's a great education tool for yourself as well. He'll, bet right up in the races he's keen, and then bet right down, find a few roughies in the others, and he's from the punter show point of view, he's been flying.
Absolutely, and the good thing is his good things just aren't winning; they're winning by 3 lengths. You know, like
Strawberry Boy.
He's just striking bang.
Strawberry Boy last week had a couple of horses take it on
and
still won by
said, "No, I've got John McLeod on here." That's been the same case every week. So his specials are winning, and then it's just a matter of filling up on his other little unit bets around the day. So getting John McLeod set in itself is a great thing, and by signing up to this with one to follow, it's a continual thing that you can opt out at any time. But so you can only buy it on Saturday. If you don't want it any other time, you can opt out. But there's an added feature coming through this as well too, that you'll get John McLeod's best throughout the week. Whenever he likes something at one of the provincial or any meeting in Queensland, really, you'll get a text message normally an hour or two before that horse goes around to let you know that they like it. It could be Ipswich, if it's Sunshine Coast, jump on, don't miss. Rockhampton, even Gold Coast on Saturday. All the main venues around Queensland. You're a very big chance of getting a bet or two from John throughout the day, and he's been giving them to his private clients, and they have been absolutely flying. So jump on board with that, you get that. But as far as the tournament goes, by getting John's stuff and doing that, you pay $55 for that, you get straight into the tournament, plus you get a $50 free bet with Top Better.
Beautiful.
Sounds all right.
Sounds good.
You're doing the maths there?
Yeah.
So you pay $55, you get John McLeod's set, which is normally what you do anyway. Then you get entry into the tournament, which you had to pay $55 for.
Yep.
Then you get a free bet with Top Better for $50.
It's good value.
Yeah.
For all you punters out there,
Yeah.
good value.
Yeah. If you don't want John's set, you can just sign up through Top Better, and that'll be $55, and you get a free $50 bet. But you might as well get John's set as well too.
You might as well have it all your tournament money and your bonus bet on John McLeod's best.
Yeah, exactly right.
One good
makes
thing
sense.
is you get, like, if you get John McLeod set, he'll say how he thinks the track will play, and you can go through his tips and see where you
comments
think the
on
money,
every runner.
Yeah, exactly. Where you think the money will be going as well.
Well, you can be rest assured too with John McLeod's set. You're looking at his A from B and C and D, and they're normally going to be the best back runners in the race as well too, because he has a very big say in things in Brisbane. So there it is. All right, so that's a very good way of getting interested in the tournaments from a special point of view, and getting John McLeod, so getting a free bet with Top Better basically, and then getting your entry in the tournament to play. So it's a no-brainer, and remember, you are playing to enter the Stradbroke tournament, which last year was a pool of $50,000. So, and that for every 11 people in the tournament, there is one ticket available into the Stradbroke tournament. So you mentioned tactics and what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you finish first or fifth this week, just say we get 55 people in the tournament, it's the same prize. So you just want to, so this is where the tactics comes into play. You're shooting for whatever, a top 5 spot perhaps.
Yeah, and I was looking a couple of weeks ago, there was a bloke on $60,000 after a couple of races, and I was in there as well, doing my best and struggling, and I sent him a message in the sledge box saying, "How'd you do that?" He goes, "Mate, all I do every week is I just find my best bet, and my whole 10k goes on it." He obviously found a 6 or 5 to 1 winner, $6 chance, $6 winner. He was sitting on 60 points and 60,000, and he'll just reassess where he is at the end, the last race in the day, whether he needs to do anything there or he wants to roll. So
it's a good way of betting.
It comes out of getting your first $10,000 up, doesn't it? Too?
Oh, exactly. Or you can always do it if you got 3 real good bets for the day. You play your first one, 5,000 each way, however you want to play it.
Yeah, I think the 50,000 tournament we were talking about last year, it came down to the last race.
It came down to the last race, yes.
Kingsley Bartholomew.
Yeah, it came down to the last race. And this is the beautiful thing of it. You'll be taking on some of the biggest punters in Sydney, and it gives you a chance to beat it. In the Stradbroke last year was a team of, I think, about 10 mates who'd pulled all their money in to get into the $1,000 tournament.
There it is.
They were in front, right up until the last, and I think that it came down to they had to work out how much they had on to play it safe or whatever, and then worked out, I think, that Kingsley needed back a 7-1 winner, and the most likely 7-1 winner lobbed, and Kingsley got him by a short half head. So
the rich get richer.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thrill of the tactics.
Yeah, 10 blokes right there with just as equally a chance to beat one of Sydney's biggest punters.
Exactly,
so
exactly right.
Cool story.
And so that's where the excitement of this is. You can have a whole afternoon on the punt, just for $50 and a chance of winning a couple of thousand.
And the best part of it, you should get your mates involved, because the more people that join, the more you play for.
That's the key. Right. This is our momentum. We're sort of starting now relies on the viewers at home to get their mates involved and build up these pools. So every week you're putting just a $55 buy-in might get you into $10,000 tournament.
That's right. Well, your $55 this week gets you John McLeod set, gets you a $50 free bet plus the chance to be playing for a pool last year that was $50,000, so about $30,000 to the winner or thereabouts. So that's what you can be getting for $50 this week if you play it well. And remembering, as we said, if there's 50 people in the tournament, five of you will go through to the big money round next week. You mentioned the sledge box. This is the other thing for those who aren't aware of it. You can sledge your opponents. So, say, come on, you're going to have a go, or you're there sitting at your 60,000. You've been there all day. You're going to go. You're going to go
on TV. There's a little comments here and there just to find out what they've got up their sleeve. It's good fun. It's real good fun.
Yeah, it's real good fun.
It is. So a fantastic way of doing things. Just really give it a try. Get involved. If you need to find out any more information about it, you can just email the team at Top Better and they'll help you out. As I said, there's tournaments every day. Obviously not as big as the main one that we're focusing on, which our main tournament of the week this week is on Doomben, is for $55, is for entry into Stradbroke Day, and is with all of those offers. But just have a bit of a play around, work out your strategies, and see how other people are doing it.
Another added little thing is just for the spring. It's something that we are really starting to ramp up for the spring, so it's a good time to get involved because we are looking at doing some really bigger tournaments.
As we go on, I mean, one of the big things in business is being ahead of the curve. If there will be some tournaments that you can probably potentially win hundreds of thousands of dollars, and if you can be in there having a crack and having more experience and knowing how to play this game, which is taking racing to a whole different level and a whole nother level of interest.
It comes down to it's not just punting. You obviously need to find the winners, but when you get deeper into the game, it becomes more playing your opponent than it is just racing.
It's
so
just
it's
another level. It's strategizing. It's doing that. It's trying to think what they're going to do. It's racing and poker, and if poker can be as successful as it has been on TV, watching people playing cards, how much fun is it playing that? But using horse racing as your methodology.
Yeah, it's highly exciting.
Beautiful. All right, lovely. Any advice?
No, look, I'll say definitely you'd want to. My strategy, you'd probably have half my bank or maybe my best bet of the day, and then sort of look for a few roughies around that. Yeah, but I guess the story, if you miss out this week, you can buy into the big stratty, which it's $550 to buy in, so you really want to be in it this week and win it. Otherwise, you have to cough up the $550, but you'll still be around next week. But it's get your eye in this week, I suggest.
Absolutely.
And get your mates together.
And they're on every day, the little tournaments, so you can be, when they're on at Gosford, you can be playing in the smaller tournaments.
They even do sports tournaments as well. We'll explain that as the year goes on, but right now we're trying to build that momentum to get the numbers up for the racing.
So jump on board, just in case you hadn't heard. It's $55 for John McLeod's set, which gets you free entry into the tournament, a $50 free bet with Top Better, or if you'd rather not have John McLeod's set, you can pay $55 to get into the tournament and get a $50 free bet through Top Better. Whatever way you want to do it, it's there. It's pretty much cost neutral to get involved and jump on board. Have a lot of fun. And get involved in the tournaments because I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and there'll be plenty of news, plenty of stuff evolving through the next 12 months with the tournaments, which are going to be massive.
Very exciting.
Lovely.
Exciting times.
It's either go to 12follow.com. That's 12follow.com.au to sign up with the John McLeod one, or topbetter.com.au to sign up without John McLeod's set. Either way, you'll be in the tournament, and we'll see you in there. The boys will be in there, and we'll start sledging. Beautiful. Good luck.
Good luck.